Good evening. My name is Gary Gibson. I have the funny title of Director of Electoral Area A of Metro Vancouver. Loretta suggested I explain to you briefly what that means. Electoral Area A is the unincorporated areas in Metro Vancouver, those areas that are outside the boundaries of municipalities. So that includes the university proper, the university endowment lands, Pacific Spirit Park. That's the biggest area of Electoral Area A. So in effect, the Metro Vancouver is the local government for those areas in absence of a municipal council. So I'm kind of a councillor, although I'm called a director. So I'm here to answer the probable question that's out there, and that would be, what is Metro Vancouver saying about this issue of golf course, park, and musqueam combination? So I hope I can answer those questions for you very briefly here. I want to make it clear that because these negotiations that have been going on are confidential and have been confidential, almost everything that is being said and has been said tonight, except with this announcement, is subject to change. And why do I say that? The reason I say that is because the information that we have received so far through the press, and most of it's come through the press, has been based on speculation. And as you know, speculation is notorious for being very, very fickle. So having said that, if I didn't have something more to say to you, then I'd say, let's just relax, folks, go home and just take it easy for a while until we get some announcement from the government. Well, we've had one tonight, so that should allay some of the speculation. So that would be my fact number one. My fact number two is that we do know negotiations have been going on since early last spring between, not Marty Zlotnick or anybody else, but it's between the provincial government and the musqueam. Not between the provincial government and the university, or the provincial government and GVRD and the musqueam. It's been between the provincial government and the musqueam. Those negotiations have been confidential, and eventually the government will make some announcement as to how those negotiations are going. Fact number three, negotiations are not necessarily to transfer the ownership of the golf course to the musqueam, but they are to fulfill the obligation of the court to have meaningful consultation and accommodation between the province and the musqueam before the sale of the golf course to UBC is actualized, or at least until the order of council is actualized. So we don't know what those accommodations will eventually end up looking like. It could be the sale of the golf course, and that seems like where it's going, but that's speculation too. We don't know. Nobody knows. So just hold on until we hear something from the government, until we get too excited about what all this means regarding consultation and accommodation. Fact number four, negotiations have not involved the university or Metro Vancouver. Saying that, I would add, although the Ministry of Aboriginal Affairs and Reconciliation has had discussions with Metro Vancouver and perhaps the university as well, they've had discussions, or a discussion, on the implication of acreage in Pacific Spirit Park being deeded to the musqueam. And that's all it's been. It's been some discussions. So that's not necessarily this 120 acres. It's that plus other areas in the park. This has been part of the process of exploring this whole issue. But those have only been discussions. And let me clear what happened with those discussions by citing fact number 5, and that is Metro Vancouver has not been asked to release any parkland in the current negotiations. Fact number 6, Metro Vancouver Board of Directors has so far taken no stand on this matter of ceding parkland to the musqueam, but it would be very unsupportive of such an idea if and when it comes before the board. And to this point in time, it has not. Fact number 7, the provincial government could do anything it jolly well wishes to meet the court's obligation for consultation and accommodation. And so I say all we can do is be anxious about this, but we don't have the government and the Musqueam's final agreement on the negotiations. So we can't get too excited about it, but we need to be aware that these negotiations are still going on and they're confidential, and the information that we have today is very scanty. But I'm certainly glad to hear about the turn down of the Zlotnick proposal. So I'll pass this on to Sheila. Thanks for your attention.